Importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
So since we took office, President Biden and I and our administration has taken historic action to cut the cost of prescription medication for our seniors.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That is a bull-faced lie. I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, you have to understand, if they're lying to us about this stuff, about the economy, do you think we're going to be so lucky they're going to be truthful to us about what's going on with the stock market? No. No. Especially what happened last Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'll get into that in a moment. But let's talk about what she's saying. And this is crazy. I'll play it one more time for you. Listen carefully what she's saying.
So since we took office, President Biden and I and our administration has taken historic action to cut the cost of prescription medication for our seniors.
Okay, here's the truth. That's not what happened. Yes, they went in with they tried to pass a law. They worked with Medicare and all that. But the reduction, working with Medicare for drugs, it's only 5 drugs. And it doesn't start until January 2026. They don't say that, do they? They make it sound. And then at the same time, I can't think of her name, who's the press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, comes out and says the same thing and says, oh, he's done a wonderful job. He says, one of the people here that work at the White House, he's been paying $12,000 out of his pocket. For the first time, he doesn't have to do that anymore. Really? Why? He doesn't start to January 2026. And I was so mad at the reporter who asked the question. He didn't have enough knowledge of the subject to go back and say, wait a minute, are you saying someone at the White House who was paying $12,000 out of their pockets, part of this bill is the cap to $2,000. That's the most, if you're on Medicare, that's the most you got to pay out of pocket is $2,000. She comes out and says, oh, President Biden did a wonderful job. Okay, this guy was paying here to work in the White House $12,000 a month out of his pocket, And now he's not doing that anymore. Really? How's he getting away with that? Because everybody else still has to pay, because it doesn't start until 2026. And first of all, it's only with 5 drugs. And then I think it's 2 years later, then they go up like another 5 drugs. Are you kidding me? That's a bunch of crap, bunch of BS. So again, it goes right back to the stock market. You think they're being honest with you with the stock market? Now, listen to this here. This is another one. This one really gets me.
2 weeks ago, we celebrated the first anniversary of the Inflation Reduction Act, which in a sense is misnamed. We did lower inflation, but there are many other things in that legislation. One of the most significant laws ever enacted, especially when it comes to reducing the cost of prescription drugs.
Again, telling you about this Inflation Act, right? Reducing prescription drug costs. I just went over that with you. That's not true. Or yes, it's true, but they're not telling you the truth. You should say again, it doesn't start until 1926. Only 2026. Only 5 drugs will be involved. You get 5 drugs, a discount on just 5 drugs. Then when 5 more years go by, or 3 more years, I'm not sure what it is, and then you get another 5, then that's the end of it. Are you kidding me? Now, this is what he was, but he doesn't say that. And Harris, again, didn't explain that. So they lied to you. They lied to you. And just like they're telling us this is a strong market. No, it's not a strong market. And we have headwinds that are terrible. Gasoline's still up 58% since Biden took office. And then groceries still up 19%. And then when they say how they reduced inflation from 9% down to, I think it was 9% down to 3%, that was 85% of that reduction is oil. When oil went down, gasoline. Now, but they don't say it's going back up 30%. This is terrible. And this is the same thing that they're doing with the stock market. Same thing. They're lying to you about the market. And I'll give you a good example with the market. What people don't understand, the only time the market has gone up in health was from 2008. From 2008 up to November of 2022. It's about 14 years. Why? Why did that rally hold? Why did we go up 675%? And since then, it's never held any rally. And that's why this market's going to go down. And they've been trying to hold this market up now with duct tape, because I mean they have a terrible problem. All these programs, you take all the banks. These banks are in deep trouble. These banks are going to take this market down. We're going to go below that October low, and we're going to definitely go to the low of the 2018. That's pretty much about 40 or 50%. So if you take from November 2008 to November 2021, let's do that first. And you'll see what's happened. From November 2008 to November 2020, it was a pure zero interest rates. And that's when they did QE. That's when they did QE. So we went up 675% during those, 18 years? I think it's 18 years, or 14 years. 14 years, sorry. They kept rates at zero. That's why we went up 675%. Then came November of 2021. The market stopped going up. Why? What happened? Because there was no more QE. Yields went from 0 to 4%. 0 to 3.6 into 4%. The market dropped 26%. So understand this, 2008 to 2020, 14 years, it doesn't drop because rates are 0. Now all of a sudden they moved the yields up from 0 to 3.6 to 4%, and the market drops from January of 2022 to October 2022. The market drops about 26%. 26%. First time we've had a drop in 14 years because they moved the yields from 0 to 3.6. See, when those yields start, if you can't keep those interest rates down, we're screwed because Earth has been phony since 2008 to 2022. Now, October comes. That's the infamous October low. That's it. We're not going to go below October low. This is it. Everything's wonderful at October low. Really? So the market rallies off that October 2022 low to July 2023. But wait a minute. It's no more 0%. Remember, we had that 26% drop from January 2022 to that infamous October low in 2022 because the interest rates went up from 0 to 3.6 to 3.4. Then they tried to rally off that October 2022 low up to July 2022, but it couldn't hold. Why? Because that rally from October 2022 to July 2023, the yields were at 3.6%. So it dropped again. It dropped again. So that was they dropped about 5%. And then Powell comes in, and he's going to try to make one more rally. And how does he do it? He fakes it. Talk about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, again, they're trying to tell us how great the economy is. And when you look back, as I said, we only held one rally. All the other rallies have not succeeded. And all they've been doing is just, putting out these fake narratives, how everything's wonderful. And the biggest problem they have is, remember, these banks that fail, these regional banks, that's the real problem right there, and why we're going to go down at least 40, 50%. We're going to go down. We're going to break through the October lows, and we're going to go down to the pandemic low, okay, I think it was January 18th, I think it was. So, but if you take these banks, and if it wasn't for the bank term funding program, it's the only thing that's standing in between the banks and a crash. That's it. That bank funding program. So in other words, all these banks are in deep trouble. Deep trouble. So what they did is Powell comes in and he sets up this program. It's called the bank funding program, where they open the window and banks can go in and they get emergency loans. These small banks, emergency loans. But the problem is it won't work. It's like putting Band-Aid on stage 4 cancer. So these regional banks that are in deep trouble because, number one, is the deposits are leaving the banks because the customer, he can go and get money, go get a treasury at 5%, a 3-month treasury, for God's sakes, at 5%. Why would he keep his money in the bank? So the banks are the customers are pulling the money out of the banks and they're buying treasuries. Now the banks can't make the withdrawal demands. They don't have enough money. So they open up this window so the banks to go borrow. But they got to pay that back in March. It's not going to be any different in March. They're still going to be in trouble in March. This is crazy. This is just absolutely insane. And so, and when you look at the rally again, if you take from that October low, think of what he did, Powell. As I said, when that market started to drop, we had that second drop from January 2022 down to October. He tried to get another rally going, so he started another rally in August of 2023. Now remember, we're being told during this time that the economy is getting better, right? Everything's getting healthy, which wasn't the truth. So on August 29th, what happens? The market starts to rally, right? And then we had, that's that big day we had that on Tuesday, last Tuesday. Remember that big day? And I said, don't fall for it. It's not going to hold. What did they do? Why did that rally on August 29th? Why did it go up so big that day? Because remember, on that day, they said that the job openings dropped. Remember, the whole thing was the reason we're not going to recession because jobs are in great demand. Job openings are great demand. We don't have enough people to fill these jobs. And not only that, but wage demand is high where you can demand 20 to 30% more for that same job than a year ago. They got to pay you 20 to 30% more. Because of the demand of the job openings, the demand of the wage hikes, that we are secure. We got a great economy. Then we found out on the 29th. Now, remember what Biden was doing, too. Powell was doing it this time. He was trying to drive rates back down. He's pushing yields back down to try to get the tech stocks to go up. So all of a sudden, on Tuesday, when they came out with the numbers, it showed they were lying. There wasn't a strong demand, labor demand. It went down from 9.5 to 8.8. They were telling us it was strong. No, it wasn't. And they told us we had a strong economy because of it. Well, Wednesday comes out. Guess what happens to the GDP? The GDP comes down. We're not growing. It came down from 2.4 to 2.1. So they lied about the job opening demand. Then they lied about the wage demand. And then they lied about the GDP. And I told you that, and I told all my members on that day, on Tuesday, don't fall for this. I think the rally went up, 400 or 500 points. I said, don't fall for it. Then the next day, the GDP gave in, and that was disappointing. And then now the market's back down, gave up that whole rally, that big rally everybody fell for last Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, that GDP gave up that whole rally, and it's on its way back down again. And then again, when you go look at the overall market, it's very clear. Unless rates are at zero, this market can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. And the proof is there. Just go take a chart from 2008, look at it, 2008 up to November 2021. Take a look at it. That's the longest rally we've had, a 14-year rally at zero rates. When did they start raising rates? On January 2022. And the minute they start raising the rates, we dropped from 2022 down to October 2022. We dropped down 30% because for the first time rates went up. When you can't hold rates at zero, we can't have a rally. And then they rigged the numbers again, trying to get the yields down. And we rallied from October 2022 up to July. And they couldn't hold that rally either. Why? Because rates were at 4%. You see what I'm saying? The only rally that held is the one with zero rates. So from October low, that infamous October low, to July, the only reason when that market rallied, it wasn't at 0%. It was at 4%, the yields. 3.8 to 4%. Guess what? It didn't hold. It didn't hold. It failed again. It failed again from that July 28th all the way down to, again, August 21. And when I get back, I'll talk about the final rally that failed. So you can't find one rally other than that rally 2008 to 2022 that held. Try to find one rally that held. It's not there. That's why we're going to go down another 50%, but nobody wants to take it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
If you remember, I said in the oil prices, when we dropped 35%, and I told all my listeners, and I told my gang members, as oil keeps coming down, we're going to go and buy it once it drops 35%. And we did, and oil has taken off. It's going through the roof. I told them to take some profits today. See, they keep lying to you. And the funny thing is, when you hear this,
investors are coming back from the summer and they're looking around, and here's what they're saying to themselves. The economic data, for the most part, is good. This whole inflation beast has been tamed.
No, it's not tamed. That's a bull-faced lie. How can it be tamed when oil's going back up 30%? Oil's back up. It's going to hit $100. What's she talking about? Then they say this.
What we're seeing today is an economy that is better for stocks and not
better for stocks? I just explained. How can it be better for stocks? The only time it's better for stocks, okay, if you have the banks leading. We don't have the banks leading the market. The banks are in deep trouble. And what they did is they sent them a lifeline. They opened up, the Fed said, we'll open up the window for all you banks that are regional banks who are in deep trouble because they have a vast $8 trillion on their books of commercial real estate that's in the hole. Valuations are dropping. And so you got the valuations going down, and you got all this debt that went up. And now they're banging into each other, and people are walking away from commercial real estate. Big shopping centers, companies just walking away. What's he talking about? Inflation is going up. It's worse. Why do you think we bought oil when it dropped 35%? Because we knew it was going to go back up, because what we knew was, and they told everybody, that 80% of the oil-producing nations were going to get together and screw us. They're going to get together, have an organization like the old OPEC, and make sure they cut back on production. And so oil's back up. Inflation's back up. And then at the same time inflation's going up, we got the banks going down. It's the banks that drive the market, not tech stocks. You have banks that drive the market. And then when those banks go up, it pushes up the S&P. And then the S&P pushes up your individual stock. But the banks are gone. We're going to have a hell of a crash because of the banks. And then when we had on Tuesday, this was the funny thing. All of a sudden, Powell, he wants to get another rally going. He can't let this market drop because of the banking problems. So he opens up the window for the banks. The regional banks go in, and like I said, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And because what's going to happen, they're going to go in and borrow money. It's emergency money. It's got to be paid back in March. They're going to be in worse shape in March. And then so Powell thinks, I got to get a rally going. So he knew that the rally failed, okay, from the, I think it was the July rally all the way down to that October low rally, that infamous October. He said, I'll start a rally. So what's he do? On August 21st, he starts printing money and dropping yields. And what he does is he takes the interest income. They have about $8 trillion, not sure if that's the correct number right now, but they used to have $8 trillion in treasuries on their balance sheet. That produces a tremendous amount of interest income for them. So it's called stealth QE. He doesn't announce it. They just take that interest income when they need to create a fake rally. They take that income and they go and buy treasuries. So he started buying treasuries on August 21st. So from August 21st, because he knew what was coming. He knew the jobs openings numbers were going to come out. Remember, they've been telling us all along the job openings are tremendous. But when they came out on Tuesday, they were terrible. They're down, not up. And then Wednesday, the GDP was down, not up. So what do? They spin it. And they go, oh, This is good news. This is the same people who said we got great news because the GDP is going up, and because we have the GDP going up, and we have rates coming down. We're not going to have a contraction. This market's not going to sell off. We're not going to have a recession. We're going to have a soft landing. Everything's going to be wonderful. But then that was a contradiction. So it comes Tuesday, August 29th, we find out that's a lie. Job openings dropped. Wednesday, they said, oh boy, remember they were telling us how strong the GDP was. Boy, we're growing, the economy's growing. Then when Wednesday comes, the economy's not growing. So the things that they were saying that was going to save us, we weren't going to have a recession because strong job openings, strong wages, and the GDP is growing, we found out on Tuesday and Wednesday was just the opposite. Job openings were contracting, wages were contracting, economic growth was contracting. So they spin it and they go, oh, well, this is good now. This is good too. What? How's this? You just told us before it was great because it's just the opposite. Now you're telling us when the job numbers are dropping and GDP is dropping that's good. Yeah, because that means they're not going to raise rates. And the market rallied. Can you believe that? The tourist investors bought the stock on Tuesday at this big rally. The tourists didn't even think and say, wait a minute, you're just telling me something opposite. Now what we're into is all bad news is good news? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what they're saying. All bad news is good news. So a week earlier, they're telling us because we have great job openings, because we have great wages, and because we have economic growth, we're not going to go into recession. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, the announcement comes out just the opposite. We're going to go into recession because we don't have economic growth. We don't have job openings. Job openings are getting worse. I mean, this is unbelievable what was going on. So Powell's thinking, I better get this market rallying, right? Because he knew that's why he started on August 21st trying to drop the yields. He kept trying to push the yields down, and then the yields were going down just as the terrible job numbers came out. The yields went down again when the GDP came in. It was terrible. And now what's happening? The yields are going back up again. The yields went back up again. So everybody thought, wow, this is it. We're going to have our, and we didn't. So that's how they operate. And the other thing is that, remember, every time they give us these numbers, okay, you can't count on them. You just can't count on them. The numbers are just, they're not there. I forgot the other thing I was going to tell you about. Every time they give you notice they came out, they always revise the numbers. So we had the numbers come out for August. And I think it came out, it's supposed to be like 170, but it came at 180. That means it was hot. The number was hot. So now, that's bad. So now we have the three things that happened last week. Terrible jobs number. We're not growing. And then the job numbers came in hot. So now we go from yields going down to yields going up. I mean, this is crazy. Remember, we've had so far from January to July, we've had 7 job reports the first Friday of every month. Do you know every one of them been revised down? July, they came in at 187, but guess what? They revised it down 36,000 jobs. But they've done that every report. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Now, the one we got now on Friday, that would be 8. I'll bet you they revised that one down. But we've had 7 Fridays, first Friday of the month, and each one of those numbers, they revised them back down. So they give us a fake number on first Friday of every month, and then they say, well, they're not going to remember it. The investors won't remember it. We'll revise it down because nobody pays attention to revisions. That's why it's important to follow the money. We do that with our Pro 2 color-coded chart. Join the gang free for 10 days. Learn how to sell short. Learn how to use the color-coded chart so you're following the money and not the garbage.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, you know, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, you know, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. All right, I'm not going to play these cuts because I don't have time, but I'll tell you, the first cut, they said that the economic data looks good. Inflation's tamed. Then the second one says the economy's set up for a very bullish market. The third one they came out today said we're going to have a surprise September rally. And then the fourth one said today, U.S. economy showing real resilience. And the last one today was, we are seeing a soft landing. All lies. Now think about why. Again, Inflation's rising because oil's going up. And remember, corporate profits are the worst in 24 years. So we got inflation rising, corporate profits the worst, and they're trying to rally the stock market by trying to push those yields down to artificially raise that market. Job openings, okay? They weren't good. They came, again, they went from 9.8 to 9.5 to 8.8 million. So they lied about that. Unemployment has increased from 3.5% to 3. Now remember, they're telling us all the numbers are coming in are bullish. Get ready for a rally. So unemployment went from 3.5 up to 3.8. U6, which is the good one, went from 6.8 up to 7.1. Wages over the last 20 months, 20 of the 22 months, declined. These are real numbers, not the numbers they give you. Spending's up 8%, but income's only up 2%. That's why they're using their credit cards. That's why people are in trouble. And let me ask you, if they're saying the economy's so good, then why on hell are people tapping out their credit cards? Why are they withdrawing where savings now is the lowest on record? 3.5 from 39% during the pandemic. We're down now to 3.5%. But they're telling us the economy's setting up for a bullish market? Are you kidding me? So you got savings down, you got income down. People are spending more than they're bringing in because they got credit cards, and they go and they take withdrawals from their home equity loans. They take equity loans. They take all their savings. They refinance their homes. This is how they're doing it. And now you got oil going up, and that oil is going to keep going up, just like we had in 2008. Manufacturing dropped in the second quarter. Actually, it's been dropping every quarter. Our manufacturing is dropping. Our productivity is dropping. Our trade deficits are getting bigger. They don't want to tell the truth. Just like every time they come out and they talk about how the Biden administration is doing so great. Do you think people would be using their credit cards, tapping them out, if the economy was doing good? Do you think their savings would be down if the economy was doing good? Give me a break. This is crazy. And then he's talking about the program he put in place. Just give you an example. He said, boy, we did really good with the Inflation Reduction Act. What Inflation Reduction Act? They spent $2 million on a ski area in Iowa, $2 million on a golf course. They spent $50 million on an electric ferry boat. And there's going to be I think there's 100 of those they're building. And then they spent $5 million on a bird sanctuary. It goes on and on and on and on. All this waste. They spent money on an alarm system in Metropolitan Opera. And he's telling us how the Inflation Reduction Act is a terrific thing. Here's what you got to do. Join the gang so you learn how to sell short. So you're not afraid when the market goes down. And you're going to buy stocks when everybody's afraid to buy stocks. That's when you buy them. That's when you get your best deals. Look at our oil. After oil dropped 35%, what do? We bought. Look at the tech stocks. We bought those tech stocks when nobody wanted them. And then we shorted them. Same with gold. So once you learn how to sell short, you don't have to even listen to these people. Because the color-coded chart, the Pro 2, you get it for 10 days. You get the membership for 10 days free. And honest to God, when you learn how to follow instead of the BS, instead of the noise, if you follow the money flow. And the greatest example of that is when the market was going up here, when they lied to us, when Powell started to drop interest rates on August 21st to try to get yields down to push the stock market up from August 21st to September 1, what happened? The rally didn't hold. And you want to see the people that jumped in the market on Tuesday. When the numbers came out for job openings, went down while they're telling us it was going up. For months and months, they said, we're such a strong economy, we've got so many job openings, we can't fill them, and wages are up 20%, 30% more because you can demand that because they're begging for people to come to work. And so we had Tuesday, boom, wait a minute, what are we talking about? There's no opening demand. Demand for openings are dropping and wages are dropping, and the market dropped again. So you can't find one rally. You can't find one rally In this market, you go back to 2008, you can't find one rally that held. The only one that held, remember, 2018, that rally dropped. And remember, I said in 2018, this is it. It's over. It's over. Okay? In 2018, we had our first drop. And then we turned around and then we dropped. We had that pandemic, right? They blamed it on pandemic. No! What caused that pandemic rally to go down 28% is for the first time we went from 0% up to, I forgot what it was, 3/10, 4/10. The market dropped because of that. Look, once we got outside those zero rates, we haven't had a rally that's held. And the last rally we had here last week didn't hold. That was the rally on Tuesday and Wednesday. We had that big 400-500 point move. That didn't hold. So there's only one rally that holds. So the problem is this whole market was rigged to go up on zero rates. Went to 675% of the S&P, went up 1,200% on the Qs, and now everybody's trying to jump into these rallies that don't hold. And this one's not going to hold. And we're going to drop below that October low. You watch. We're going to drop below that October low that we had. We're going to go way beyond that October low. I think we're going to go down to the low of the 2018. That's or 2020, the pandemic. I think that's where we're going to go. I think we got about 50% to get more to go down. But you're going to have to be patient. Just learn how to sell short. And then if they decide to come in and stop that from happening, and they decide to go back to QEs, that's the other thing they're doing. The fake business networks out there spinning. Oh, they're going to go back to QE. They're going to swing back. They're going to pivot back. It's what you're hearing now. We're going to pivot back to QE. They're going to pivot back to QE, and the market rallies. Every time the market rallies, it fails. Listen to me on Instagram, Facebook, Rumble, Apple, YouTube. Now I'm back from vacation. I'll be back on the Instagram every day, and I'll be giving you an update every week on the market on YouTube, so you still can catch that. We had a good time out on vacation. We went out to Wyoming, Jackson Hole. It was beautiful out there. But I was watching the market as I do, and even when I'm on vacation. And when I saw what was going on last week, I said, this is nuts. Look at the people. I said, they're jumping in this market on Monday and Tuesday when everything they said for 8 months was wrong. And now they got caught, but they spun it as it's good. So that's what they're going to do now, especially when you're into a pre-election year. All bad news is going to be good news. All news is going to be good news. So this is the time for you to learn to shut them out, follow the money. What does that mean? We designed our own charts where it shows, for give you an example, if you look on my Pro 2, let me get this out of here. If you're watching me on Pro 2, you notice how the rally from August 18th, remember this is where he was trying to push the yields down to get a false rally. From August 18th, and then on that on Tuesday, the market rallied again. Wednesday, market rallied again, saying, "Oh, okay, it's okay now. It doesn't matter. We were wrong. We're still good." And so from August 18th, our chart was red. It never turned green, and so my members didn't get hurt. In fact, they made money shorting it from September 1st to where we are today. Because guess what? That rally they created didn't hold. None of the rallies are holding. Just one. And oil is still going to go higher. We're going to get a pullback in oil. That's going to do well. I think oil's going to go 100. And then I think even maybe possibly more. And remember, every time the dollar, okay, this dollar, okay, right now is going up. All right, but you're going to see this dollar start collapsing. And when this dollar collapses, then gold is going to be one of the best buys, gold mining stocks. Not now, we've been shorting them. So join the gang, learn how to short, and look at a chart that tells you if money's going in or money's coming out. That's all you need to know. You don't have to listen to their BS, or you're going to get hurt. See how the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.